Alright guys, I have something special for you right now. Welcome of course to KhaldorTV and to another Heroes of the Storm video. You guessed that much already. I might look a little bit exhausted, and there's a very simple reason for that. I am a little bit exhausted. I casted today the End of the Storm Europe qualifier, and right afterwards we started with the End of the Storm North America qualifier. And well, originally the whole idea was to finish that up and then just like go straight to bed. But then all of a sudden we had 2-Arc play against, well, Stellar Lotus, and that was a bit of an interesting game because we went through that draft and all of a sudden there appeared a Gazlo on the draft, and it was just like, wait a second, Gazlo? What the hell's going on? Followed by a Nova. And I'm like, what? That can't be right. And they explained to me, dude, we're trying to pick Cho'Gall, but it doesn't work. So we had a Cho'Gall game, and well, let's face it, Cho'Gall is pretty damn awesome, and we all want to see him in competitive play. This is the first time that we have Cho'Gall played in competitive, and therefore I had to make sure that we get that video onto the channel as fast as possible. Guys, without further ado, Infernal Shrines, and we have Cho'Gall played by Team 2-Arc against Stellar Lotus. Have fun. Boys, it is happening. We have Cho'Gall action at the End of the Storm. We are seeing the game between, well, not Stellar Lotus and C&B. Not quite. We're going to adjust that any second. But right now, this is going to be an amazingly fun game. Stellar Lotus is playing here against 2-Arc. And 2-Arc actually decided to go into a Cho'Gall play. So right now, we're going to see what they can do with him. And to the left side, we have them with LC Gamer on Sylvanas. We have Sunshine on Cho and Kroin on Gall. Traitor on Kalthas and Insomnia on Uther. Jaina in this game is played by Nightmare. We have Stellar Lotus to the right side with Yoda on Tyrande, Mopsy on ETC, Tojamel on Karazim, and Wiz is playing Johanna. And this is going to be so much fun. Already up to the top lane, we have him, Sunren. The double name here, and he is riding, guess what, a Goblin. Alright, so the Treasure Goblin is in play, and at this point we have as a level 1 talent, the Blazing Bulwark on the side of him, and on the other side there's the Shadow Flare that is being used at this point. I'm loving that we have this, actually. This is going to be so much fun right now. And as you can see, Wiz is the one that has to face this lane up at the top, so more or less a tri-lane. And if case that you have been living under a rock for the last few weeks, this is a hero that is being played by 2 players, and only one of them can move. Cho can move, and Gall can basically just like provide his entire arsenal of spells. So we have like a warrior and more or less a spellcaster as a combo. It's an amazing hero that Blizzard has implemented. This is the first tournament where he can't be played. And already Mopsio, Yoda, and Nightmare, they want to go for him. They hate him. There comes the attack, and he just doesn't care. He moves along, and is he gonna fall? The commitment to the kill. But Cho'Gall survives. Sunruin is still alive. And now they are just TPing back for now and have to go back in, of course. But that was a massive commitment here. And of course, here on Infernal Shrines, it's all about the temples or the shrines that are now being activated. We have on level 1 the Barbed Shot for Sylvanas. When we're looking at Jaina, it is the Deep Chill. Still a talent that is picked on in North America a lot, even though it got nerfed quite a bit in the recent patch. Lingering Chill is more so the talent that we are going to get on the European server in these situations. As you can see right now, we have Insomnia already in position. Over here in the mid lane, there's just a rotation towards the shrine, but Sylvanas is very much alone down to the bottom lane, and it looks like LZ Gamer is attempting to burst these lanes down a bit. Nobody's really aiming for the Infernal Shrine just yet. It's more so the attempt to get level 4 first, so that you get the additional talent for your team. We have Nightek spawn taken, there's the Ranger's mark, and here are the talents now, of course, already for 2 of the teams. And as you can see here, we have the Rune Gauntlet taken for the Rune Bomb, with the increase of the basic attack damage. And there's also the Siphoning Runes that we have taken at the same time already for Gall. So there we go already, Sunren up here at the top. This is actually like so cool. I really love that Blizzard put this in, that you have a combo name. And we are going to continue with this. This is going to be Sunren for the rest of the game. And to be honest with you, it's a pretty sick name. I mean, like, look at it. It's damn cool. There's Mopsio and Yoda. They are attempting, of course, to just like zone them out a bit. We have still the EXP soak for the entire setup of 2-Arc on all 3 lanes that they have here right now. Down to the bot lane, we have Sylvanas going up against Karazim. Up here at the top, We have Cho'Gall already starting to move in, and this guy is, of course, a monster, a massive monster, and he's already gonna try and move in from the side. Traitor with the attempt to use his own abilities, especially the gravity lapse, to maybe lock a target down. Wiz was rather low, and we have now even Jaina moving up to the top. This is, of course, like one of these things. Again, Cho'Gall already starting to move out there. Sunren. It's just amazing to see that finally played in a competitive match. I would have not believed it happening here. Oh, we have the piercing talent with the frost shots taken on level 4 now for Jaina. Once again, Cho'Gall doing everything that they can to just like push these lanes back. It's a fair amount of AoE damage that you have with the hero, and that's of course something that makes it pretty cool on this map in particular. But the snipe against Khaldor, he doesn't even know what happens and he's dead. 31 against 36 of those minions have been claimed, and we see Cho'Gall with another attempt to turn this in their favor, but it's not really happening here. So right now we instead see the Punisher spawning for Team Stellar Lotus, and it is an Arcane Punisher at that. So they are already starting to go in straight for potential kill here. Cho'Gall is getting jumped. Here's the Arcane Sentries everywhere, but they go for the Punisher, and he's going deep, and therefore is being taken down right away as we see the rotation of Sylvanas down to the bot lane. The teams are now both on level 7, and that means that we have next to the Unstable Poison on Sylvanas now also the Fire Eater as the additional talent that has been taken here. So Blazing Bulwark on level 1 and then Fire Eater on level 7 to round things up. Nice Gravity Lapse and the damage in! Down goes Johanna, but Khaldor is being attacked as well, and Mopsio is already moving in and tries to get that kill. Yoda is still there. Traitor gets healed. Khaldor in a really decent spot as long as he doesn't eat that stun, and he dodges it. Mopsio slides in though, gets the kill, but he might not live. The help is there though. We have Jaina already in position. She just moves away as Cho'Gall on the Goblin is starting here to make his way over once again. In the mid lane, we still have Nightmare and Toe General. And now for Cho'Gall, we have Dark Descent taken on level 7. So the Runic Blast is really the focus so far. Siphoning Runes on level 4. We have the Dark Descent on level 7 when it comes to the talents here. And for the rest of the team, of course, we see pretty standard talents actually. I guess we have to talk a bit about Johanna, who did not go into battle momentum or the Laws of Hope, so instead we're having a full focus on the Condemn build with Eternal Retaliation on the level 4 talent, and then on level 7 we're seeing Conviction for the speed. Jaina went into the Icelands on level 7 after taking Frost Shards on level 4, so really just like trying to get a bit more damage out during these fights on the Temple, and that allows her, of course, to get a lot of damage against these minions in as well. For Tyrande, we have also a bit more of a damage focus when it comes to the build. Since there is also a Charism in their setup, they can really play Tyrande as a damage dealer, and that's why we see these Searing Arrows now together with the Battle Momentum claimed as the talents. Cho'Gall, Sunroyan actually at this point trying to go for a few camps, but well, this one gets stolen away, so this didn't really work out the way that they intended to. But ToeJam Earl to the bot lane is dealing with LZ Gamer, as we see Sylvanas attempting to push these lanes in even harder. The real problem is that we have now their rogue abilities in play, and that gives us the 7-sided strike, and here comes the attack against Charism, who dashes away in the last second. But of course, all these just like hit point based abilities are very cool against Cho'Gall in general. If he hits the full blunt force of a 7-sided strike, that is dropping a huge amount of hit points on his part. So it's something that he has to be extremely careful about. As the rogue ability, we see the Hammer of Twilight. Sylvanas at the bot lane actually went down, and it looks like Khaldor is also dropping. Great kill here. ToeJam Earl jumped in and used his heroic ability. We have at the same time now the Shadow Bolt volley taken. Cooldown with the 60 seconds. So Hammer of Twilight once again. Cho'Gall is running this with Hammer of Twilight and the Shadow Bolt volley that we have here by the two players on the hero. Sylvanas with the Wailing Arrow. We see Phoenix and the Divine Shield being used. And it's the Punisher number 2 that we see now for Stellar Lotus. 5 kills against 2 for them. And we have them already moving around here. Up in the mid lane, it's the Punisher that starts to push in. The Frozen Punisher is starting to make his way in. And we are having at the same time now also the Blessed Shield, which I haven't really talked about a whole lot on Johanna. So she can really start to initiate these fights. Again, Cho'Gall trying to get his damage out there. Nice AoE damage on him, of course, that he can already deliver here. And we have the Punisher going ham. Just to give you a bit of an idea of what's happening in terms of damage in general, we have now currently Cho'Gall together. Oh, there comes the lockdown! And a nice blizzard on the side of Jaina. But in comes Sunroyan. The Cho'Gall attack here. And they're going bowling. And are they going to get the kill? Yes, ETC is dead. Mopsio dies. Well done. Great kill here. 0 deaths, by the way, on the two. Instead, it's Khaldor who died already 3 times. Look at that siege damage, by the way. 65,000 plus, of course, the 25,000. But the 65,000 alone, that's just absolutely amazing. At this point in the game, it's only Johanna that is able to best that. She's at 69,000. But yeah, these bad boys are doing a whole lot of work here. Sunroen again being attacked here. Wiz and Tojamal are starting to move in with this one. And Cho'Gall is actually doing quite some work here, at least when it comes to the lane pressure itself. That being said, though, the level 13 talents are soon going to be ready for the teams. And as you can see now, we have already camps taken. And that 13 talent is going to be amazing if they can combo that with a shrine. But so far, shrines haven't really been announced. There's already the Quicksilver taken on Karazim, who went on level 7, of course, the Echo of Heaven. Again, the attempt to lock one down, but the Divine Shield is, at least for now, negating everything. But Insomnia is taken apart still. That was a bit unfortunate for him. He dodged at least that 7-sided strike on Karazim, but of course that didn't help him since he died in the end after all. Shrine is now again active, or will be in 7 seconds. And now on level 13 we have also the Icy Veins taken. No Frost Armor, sorry, not Frost Armor, but of course Ice Block. Icy Veins instead. Huntress Fury. Massive amount of damage on the side of Tyrande right now. That extra attack speed is of course amazing if you're relying on the Searing Arrows. And we're having a spell shield for ETC, who's already realizing that up at the front here, he needs to have some additional sustain if he wants to survive all of this. Cho'Gall is starting to move in again. Already the lockdown against Karazim. There are the 13 talents ready. Karazim is down and he's been dying like all over the place. He chose the chain bombs, but he can't even help out with that fight, and he's one of the heroes that they rely upon the most. For Cho and Gal, we currently have Molten Block taken on level 13, and we're seeing the Dread Shield claimed now as well. The lockdown. Stairs already being used, and here comes the stun, but all of them are missing, and he just doesn't give a crap. He moves away and just says like, yeah, spam your cooldowns on me as much as you want. I really, really do not care. But Mopsio doesn't want to give up. Mopsio really wants him. He wants the brothers, he wants Cho'Gall. Everybody goes in, but they can't have them. So they still live here, and the Punisher, of course, is moving down to the bot lane at the same time right now. So Punisher is already in play and starting to just like try and lock that down. A lot of damage still dished out. Cho'Gall with the siege damage here. The two of them are doing fairly well. Of course, the positioning is still the job of Cho, and so far he needs to be careful that he's not going to be eliminated by the Punisher, or at least locked down. But here goes another Punisher. This is the third one that they defended against already. And they lock down Karazim. At least they try to. He dashes away. But here comes the ult. Oh, that was unfortunate. Gal used his ult, but they get the kill against Karazim a little bit later. And they also take down Mopsio now. It's a double kill. Cho'Gall to the rescue. They move in again. And yes, here we go. Boom, to the face. Tyrande is dead. And Cho'Gall for the win. 91,000 siege damage already. Hero damage is 44,000. And these two bad boys, they are doing solid work. This is looking pretty cool, actually. 6 kills against 7 at this point. Fairly decent numbers as well. I mean, look at the hero damage here. This is like the most hero damage that we currently have in the entire game, if I'm not mistaken. Nobody's even close to 44,000 hero damage. So they were able to just like move that in, and it's getting... This game is looking a little bit better for them right now. LZ Gamer is up at the top lane, still doing his thing and just like bursting waves down, getting experience for his team and doing fairly well at that. So they are close to level 16 at this point. Cho'Gall is single-handedly starting to take a few of the camps away. Already starting to move in right away at the Bruiser camp, takes that. And yeah, I feel Stellar Lotus at this point is starting to feel a little bit pressured. They probably didn't really know what to expect when Cho'Gall was picked, but I believe that they didn't really believe it was this difficult for them to really get a hold of them. So for now, we have as the level 16 talents. I mean, look at that synergy again. We had on level 1 the Blazing Bulwark already. Then we have later on also the Fire Eater taken for the Consuming Blaze. And we now have the Twilight Well on level 16. So a pretty big focus here on the talent. We're seeing at the same time the synergy between the level 16 and level 1 talent for Gal, who went for the Giant Scorcher on level 16. So that's also pretty solid. 3% of a hero's maximum health is actually a whole lot, especially if you have like a couple of high hit point heroes in the opponent's team. But they are both on level 16 right now. It's not only Elite that we are seeing here for 2-Arc, but we have both of the teams on level 16, and it means that next to the Arcane Barrier and Benediction on the side of 2-Arc, we're seeing at the same time now the Shooting Star. We have Echo Paddle being used for a bit more damage. That's pretty cool for those minions when you try to pulse them down. And the Blinding Speed even on the side of Karasim, who wants to be a bit more mobile in these fights, with Fanaticism taken on Johanna after the Burning Rage. So it's all about that AoE damage. Mopsio is about to move in. There's the Stasis again. Makes himself invulnerable. Nobody's can go for him. There's a Divine Shield. Divine Shield and Cho'Gall to the rescue. But the Mosh Pit hits and the 7-sided strike does too. Uther is down, but Cho'Gall is wrecking house right now. They take down Jaina. They go for Mopsio, for Karasim. Cho'Gall moves in again. And they just hit the ult once more. That's the wreckage against the entire team. Unbelievable. Sun Roen with amazing synergy here. They go in and that Divine Shield at Cho'Gall was definitely a sight to behold. Now we have them with, I mean, look at the damage here. 115,000 siege damage, 52,000 hero damage. What a monster. If you look at the kills in general, we have 5 kills now on the side of Khaldor. Cho and Gal together have 5 kills as well, and they have 9 and 8 assists here on their side, which is pretty sick too. It's actually interesting that those numbers, like, how is it possible that okay, one of them got the final blow then, I guess. Okay, that it kind of makes a little bit more sense. Yeah, but that is still really decent numbers. I mean, they are wrecking house right now. This is something that Stellar Lotus did not expect, and they have to deal with an Arcane Punisher now themselves. All of those forts, except for the one in the middle, have been destroyed by Stellar Lotus though. And now it's time for 2-Arc to try and push this in as well, and they're already going for it again. Cho'Gall is making his way in. There's the stun and the Gravity Labs, and they're trying to take down Johanna. They get the kill, and also Karasim is using his own ult. He's going for the 7-sided strike, but he's about to die once again. Well done here. They get nearly a kill against Karasim, but he dashes away in the last second. They go through the keep. The Arcane Punisher, they go for core. Mopsio dashes in. He tries to go for Insomnia, but Mopsio's now dead too. Cho'Gall is just going straight for the core with the rest of the team and the Punisher. They're trying to finish it here. Divine Shield already used. And ladies and gentlemen, Cho'Gall OP, you heard it here first. 2-Arc takes the game against Stellar Lotus with Cho'Gall, wins the map and advances to the next round of the end of the Storm and A qualifier. What a match. GG. A pretty sick game there. Cho'Gall played and it was cool. It was really cool. I mean, at the beginning you could really see they were trying to take him down so hard and it really looked a little bit grim for 2-Arc, but they were able to come through in the end and they actually won the game. So a pretty cool series there. A lot of fun there, of course. It was unfortunately the only time that we saw Cho'Gall that evening. But yeah, I thought I would upload that right away so that you guys can check it out and hopefully have some fun with it. I'm going to go to bed now. I hope that you enjoyed the coverage, that you enjoyed the cast and also the game. And guys, of course, if you did, I mean, you know the drill. Give that video a thumbs up and share it with your friends if you want to show them some Cho'Gall play in the competitive scene here on North America. And besides that, if you haven't really subscribed to the channel here on YouTube yet, you should definitely do that. Thank you very much for tuning in. I'm going to see you next time when I'm a little bit less tired. And yeah, guys, have a good one. Bye-bye.